All right, here I am. I am back, and I'm back with a video that I did not expect to be making. Um, I quit astrology. I quit astrology. And astrology for me wasn't something superficial or um, magical. For me, astrology was something that I went and I studied deep, and I went all the way back and looked at, even when astrology was the same as astronomy, and then the reasons that it was split. And I brought it into my business, into, of course, my personal life, into the way that I analyze the markets in regards to crypto. And it was something so amazing. And it works, don't get me wrong, but something greater than me happened. And after a series of really powerful events, including crazy sleepless nights, really big heartbreaks, baptism, and God's extremely loud voice and clear direction and path that He created for me, I knew and decided that I had to let it go. So today I want to tell you the story, not just about why I quit astrology, but also what's coming next, which feels super aligned. And there's obviously a lot of excitement behind all of this. So for those that don't know, I really started heavily using astrology when I connected it with the financial markets, or even more so when I connected it with Bitcoin. And I started to see how just even with the moon phases, Bitcoin's price seemed to move. And I was able to layer it into my day-to-day trading, investing, and it was and is such an incredible tool. I'm so grateful that astrology was really what helped me to take a step back and really start looking at things in the financial space in particular from a macro view, to really start seeing things as cycles that occur not even just every 28 days, but cycles that we see occur every 250 years. And I'll forever be grateful for this new lens that it really brought to me to, just really take a step back and look at things from a much bigger scale. I really feel like astrology, or I'm going to talk in particular about financial astrology. Or when I say astrology, I'm referring to the financial aspect of it. Financial astrology is what really helped me to, or I feel like it was a great bridge to helping me understand, even from like the emotional and psychological side of trading and investing, to just take a step back and just look at the overall picture in simple words, right? And it was crazy because as I started to get into it myself, if you know me and you've been following me for a while, I love to share. I don't hold back. Maybe sometimes a little too much, but that's just me. Like, I love to share the things that I'm learning and the journeys that I'm going through as I'm going through it. And as I started to share this, I started to get so many people interested. I had people wanting to, learn from me in the various platforms where I was paid to teach. I would bring this and people would want more and more and more. I launched a podcast. I had people ask me to collaborate with them. And it was just something that started to spark lots of love, also not so much love. I know some crypto bros didn't love that I was talking about the moon and bringing it into like the trading space, but that comes with everything and anything, right? Yin and yang. But that was like a really cool journey, and I just had so many people just so interested in it. Yourself probably included, if you follow me inside of this channel. It could be that the financial astrology that I brought was something that, maybe is what brought you to me. So there was a lot of beautiful things that came from this experience. I really felt like I was onto something really big, and everything seemed like smooth sailing. And then I made a choice. And I really take a step back now and I look at like, the past couple of years, and it's so wild. And you can believe me or not, but everything started to change when I made the decision to get baptized. Not even the actual baptism itself, but when I chose to get baptized, so many things, not even just this, but so many things in my life magically just started to shed or were like pushing me out. And it was crazy because it felt like it was all hitting me all at the same time. And I was like, surrender, surrender, surrender. Like, let him take over. Like, you're on this journey now, Corinne. Like, everything's happening for a bigger reason, a bigger why that is not you, but an entity bigger and greater than you when you've just got to like let it happen and let it flow. But so many things in my life started to happen. And in particular, when it came to the financial astrology side of things, the various ventures that I was involved in, or even certain things that would occur with my students, started to feel like non-alignment, but so much frustration inside of my whole body. Like I was literally sick. I had so many nights where I literally couldn't sleep. I felt sick to my stomach, like literal stomach like pains. And I kept hearing the voice of, you need to let go of this, you need to release, you need to stop. But of course, my human logical self was like, I'm not going to stop this. This is going so well. So many people are interested from a marketing perspective. This is amazing from a financial, results through like my trading and investing. Like, this is incredible. Like, what do you mean I need to stop? Like, no, right? And it's so funny how like my human self had so much resistance and didn't want to let go, to the point that then what felt like literally overnight, or I should say literally over not even a 30-minute Zoom call, I was completely pushed out of my will, out of one of the biggest like projects that I was doing inside of this space. At the time, it felt like a literal betrayal. I felt heartache. I felt like I literally went through a breakup. And let's just say that it was a lot. And there was a part of me that wanted to, and maybe the old version of me, that wanted to rebel and go crazy over it. But the new version of Corinne, the one that chose to start walking life in a different way, said, hey, you need to let go and you need to surrender and let like God take over. And now that I look back, I can see it so clearly that God's hands were all over this, and he literally took me out of what he knew at the time I was not strong enough to walk away from. So, and I hope that as I'm like sharing all of this, I know some of you like love to hear like my like personal views and journeys and experiences, but I want you to like start thinking about like already where in your life has there been times that it's like you knew you needed to get out of certain like situations or things, situationships, relationships, just different things in your life, jobs, and it's as if you weren't the one who was strong enough to do it. So something greater than you came and took it away from you, right? So that was like a really big thing, but it wasn't enough because Corinne's logical brain was like, nope, this wasn't the journey for me or the direction. I need to do it this way and I need to continue. So I remember I was literally continuing with teaching it inside of this YouTube channel, teaching it inside of the various different paid communities that I teach in, right? And I think it took me another year to like fully accept and let go. And this is where it happened. Once again, the frustration like restarted inside of me so, so strong. I was teaching this thing. I love teaching this thing, but I would start noticing not just the comments, but the way that certain friends and students would start talking to me about financial astrology was so heavily leaning on the astrology and the astrology only. And I felt like I was starting to fail at my task to helping people understand that astrology was just a language. Astrology is just one of the tools that God gives us to use. And I remember in particular certain conversations where, or even when people would hit me up and be like, hey, like what's going to happen with this in astrology? Or like, hey, can you look at like this on like my birth chart? And I could see so much dependency on the astrology that once again, so much frustration started like building more and more up inside of me, where I would be like, no, but astrology's a map, like God, like he's like the creator, like he's the one that we need to follow and the one that we need to lean on. And even there, I was still in my ego. I was still in my ego. Because I wasn't frustrated at those people. I was frustrated at myself. Because as I made the decision to get baptized, and then this actually happened after I got baptized, which, by the way, this week is 1 year. This week that I'm launching this video is 1 year from when I actually got baptized. So, like I said, it's taken me a whole year to still figure it out. But it happens. We're humans. We're humans. I was still in my ego, not realizing that it was me. Because remember that everybody around you is just a reflection of you, of the internal you, of what's going on in here and in here, but especially in here. And I remember there was this one week in particular where this frustration was building up, and I was talking to Alex about it, and I was like, babe, like, this has been really irritating me. Like, I'm so over people telling me that, like, astrology this, astrology that. I wish they would come and, like, ask me about God instead. And that week, while I was really questioning if I should stop or if I should keep going, I felt like at the bottom of not even the bottom. I felt like in this, like, such a moment of like desperation and surrender. You're never going to believe it. That very weekend at church, what do they talk about? Quitting astrology, not using astrology. Now, do I agree with everything that was said? No. I didn't agree with everything that was said. I do feel like there are a lot of misconceptions out there, but no matter the disagreements, the logical brain telling me, no, 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 but. What I kept hearing was, Corinne, I just need you to trust me. And it was in that moment that at the end of that, I looked at Alex and I was like, I don't understand and I don't get it, but I choose obedience. It means that he has a bigger purpose for me. He has something else planned for me. And so I quit and I let it go. So I think, if you're listening to this, and I think it's like a really great moment for you also to just like take a step back. And this is something I'm continuing in my life because I am by no means perfect. But what is it in your life that you are being asked to put down? That you need to put it down? That no matter how successful or amazing from the outside it looks, or the logical brain is like, but, what is it that in here? And if you are a follower of Christ and you hear his voice and you know what is the Holy Spirit speaking to you, what is it that he keeps telling you to put down, to let go, to surrender, to stop following your plan? because his plan, the plan that he has planned for us, is so much bigger than anything that we can ever even imagine. But because of our humanly ways, we continue to not listen. We continue to persist and bang our heads and be like, no, 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 it's my way, it's my way, my way, my way. When instead, if you just release and let go, and it's like you don't even need to understand it. That's the thing that got me, because I'm such a logical person, or I mean, I'm a very emotional and spiritual person and intuitive person too, but when that, like, we and I think about it as like somebody that's like such a high achiever, or like I'm so in like my research and things, and it's like, no, no, but like I need to understand the why. But sometimes we're not even meant to understand the why. We're just meant to obey. We're just meant to listen. We're asked to be obedient, not to lean on our own understanding, but trust God with all our heart and to just obey and listen. So I've chose to let go. I won't be deleting my videos because I believe in leaving every single chapter of life there. I love showing people that we're all human and that we all go through phases. And if anything, I think that one of the things that has gotten me to the success that it is that I am at today, which I'm so super grateful for, even though I feel like it's still just only the beginning, is that I try so many things. And when I try something, I put my 100% in it. I put my heart, my soul, my love, my everything. And even though sometimes it feels like, oh, damn, like I wasted so much time, or, oh, damn, like, all the humanly things, I'm really grateful for it, because one of my favorite sayings is fall forward faster. And the faster you fall forward, the further along you get. So try things and don't be afraid to try things. And sometimes it's okay to say, hey, that thing's just like not for me anymore. And now I'm going to pivot. So you could be thinking, all right, like, cool. So do I just like unsubscribe? Like, what are you doing here? Don't go anywhere, because, and this is why it took a while too to get back to you all, because I actually just wanted to make sure I felt in alignment with this next thing in my journey and my process. I'm not going anywhere. Crypto is, and Bitcoin, whereas Bitcoin over here, is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It is my love, my passion, my day to day. And I'm so excited that as you're listening to this video, or as I launch this video, in just a couple of hours, so it might already be launched for you right now, we are launching the revival. And by we, I mean me and the love of my life, Alex. We have teamed up to create not only a show, a podcast, but we are creating a movement, a community of people that understand where the world is going. Understand that blockchain, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, they're not going anywhere. And if anything, they're just starting to create the new world. And also, how do we navigate that new world correctly? But not only, if you do not know Alex, he is an AI genius. He is on it. This is his world. As that advances so quickly into our world, into our lives, he actually teaches and shows you how to start integrating AI the correct way into your businesses, into your life, how to create automations. And he's a guru at teaching as well skill sets that you can bring online to generate money from home. Because whether we like it or not, unfortunately, the reality is that our world is evolving so fast and so quickly. And in 5 years' time, 5 years, like 2030, our world is going to look so different. and we need to learn to adapt to it. I always say, and you're going to hear me say this inside of the podcast, it is not the strongest nor the fittest that survive, but it is those with the ability to adapt. So are you adapting? Agenda 2030 is moving. The new world is coming. But how are you placing yourself inside of that? And Alex and I want to not only guide and support people and share with you all what we're learning and implementing and how we're getting ready and preparing ourselves and our lives and our families for what's to come, but we want to create a community where we can all support and help one another. We really believe that each and every single one of us has something special inside of us that can contribute and can help to grow and to create and to just really get through all of this together. So we're so excited for that. We really hope that you will come and be a part of it. So the revival is launched, or has been launched, or is launching based on when you're watching this. Down below or somewhere around here, I'll put the link so you can get on it, subscribe, follow, comment, let me know your thoughts, what you want to know more of, what are your thoughts that you've been going through, and as our world is shifting and changing and moving, etc. And for this channel, also don't go anywhere, because of course I'm going to be going more in detail, teaching you more about how do we even get started in this crypto space? How do we even get started with Bitcoin? There are so many big, fancy words and channels, and everybody seems to be a pro crypto trader and investor, but like, how do we even get started? And what are the simple things that we should actually be keeping our eyes on and our attention on as everything is shifting? What is noise and what do we actually need to know? So stay tuned, because that is all coming on here. And I know that many of you are like, Corinne, we want money mindset. So money mindset is coming. I know that lots of you love when I do money mindset, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's going to be so beautiful when we get to bring this as well with faith. Inside of the revival, there is a big portion as well on faith and mine and Alex's journey. And we really hope that you will come along that journey with us as well, because like I said, it's 1 year since we've been baptized now, and our life has changed in so many different ways, and we're just so grateful to God. His plan is so much better than ours. Anything that we've ever thought of or dreamed of, he always brings in the bigger and better in every single way. And we really hope that we can share with you our journey, so that you can take away with you whatever it is that you need at this specific given time in your life. So a beautiful chapter closes, but an even more beautiful one opens. And I'm just so grateful for you being here and for sharing this journey with me. So see you soon. See you soon. Learning more about crypto and Bitcoin, and make sure that you head on over to the revival.